Hey everyone, I thought I would chime in here while I'm still hanging out at my kids' school, about to get my work day kind of started. But this morning I got to hold, or host I should say, one of our global team calls. And my subject today was a little bit about my story and about failing forward. And one of the things that I think what a lot of people don't see is they see a lot of people's success. They see the highlight reel. They see all of that. And in 5 years, I've had some major transformations, whether it may be physically, financially, spiritually, personally. There's been a lot of transformation with me, and I've helped a lot of people overcome the same. And one of the common things is that where I see where people are failing and where people are succeeding is because the people who fail quit. That's as simple as it is. They just quit what they want to do, right? And the people who succeed are the ones who keep failing and getting back up and falling and keep getting back up and falling and keep getting back up, falling and keep getting back up. So I want to encourage you guys in whatever season you are in your life and whatever your goals are, and maybe you don't even have any actual goals or aspirations or anything, but you just kind of feel stuck in life and you feel like you're in this valley of like, I don't know what I'm doing, nothing works for me, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes when we're in that struggle, we're there for a reason. Right? And we're there because there's something that needs to be discovered with ourselves. There's something that needs to be discovered with our environment. And we need to take the time and find out, what am I going through? And most of the time when we're struggling, it's because we bring it on ourselves, right? Yes, there's going to be outside factors on things, but guys, it's life. There are things that are going to come in your way all the time, and they're just be considered obstacles and not game stoppers. But for me, a lot of part of where I had issues, or let's call them failures, right? In the last 5 years, it was brought on by me, right? I brought on where I thought I was stuck, where I thought I was failing. And a lot of it had to do with ego, or it had a lot to do with, not listening or being open or trying something new. And it was because of me. And so I want you to think about whatever current situation you're in. Most of the time, you're in that situation because of certain decisions that you've decided to make in your life. And it's okay, because making whatever decision you're going through and you're learning something. Guys, I wouldn't be here today doing what I'm doing now if I had just breezed by it. No, I tripped, I failed, I stumbled, I cried, I got mad, I got angry, I got frustrated, I blamed people, I compared myself to people. That happens with everybody. And here is the thing. I lead a lot of people, I help a lot of people, and sometimes I want it more than them. But there's a lot of people who get stuck into, I can't do this, I'm not that person, I don't know how, and they get into this whole mindset and this story of disbelief in themselves, right? And not necessarily the goal and everything, it's just that disbelief in themselves. And guys, there's times where I'm like, man, Helen, you were born for this, but can you really do this? Can you really do this? And I'm constantly, it's like, yes, you can, Helen. You're going to figure it out. You're going to learn. You're going to go to the people who are doing it. You're going to ask them, and you're going to figure it out. And I want to encourage you to please understand that your struggle is your gift and you have to go through it. It's there for a reason. It's there to teach you something. But if you're in it and you're not opening up your eyes and learning the lesson you're going through, then yes, it's going to be so much harder for you to get to the next level. You're going to be stuck and trapped in that story, and whatever that is holding you back from whatever you want. That story is going to be there until you change it. Let me repeat that. That story is going to be there until you change it, right? And whatever your story needs to be. If your story is about weight loss, then guys, you need to see yourself successful. If you're going in for 100-pound weight loss, then you need to damn well look in the mirror and saying, I see it gone already. I see it gone already. I see myself buying, a different pair of pants. I see myself running a race with my kids. I see myself, not getting out of breath in the stairs. I see myself off these meds. I see myself. You have to see it, because once you become that person in your head, you're going to start making decisions like that person, right? Guys, I want to be something so much bigger that I got to figure out how to be that person before I get there. And it's hard sometimes because, the old Helen wants to keep bringing me back, and I want to keep saying, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. And I have to keep pushing forward. And that's with everything you do in your life. Guys, if you want to be successful at your business and you're an entrepreneur, and if you can't see yourself successful and you don't learn the steps to get there from the people who are already there, you're going to make it really hard, because if you don't know what you don't know, right? And that was another thing too, is I had such a big ego. I thought I already knew everything, man. I felt like a 13-year-old, in an adult body, because I was just so cocky, but like, I got this. And I didn't have it, right? I didn't have it. And I had to keep telling myself, listen, you've got to be a student. You've got to do this wrong to learn how to do this right. You got to look like a fool. You got to look like an idiot. You got to cry. You got to break down. You got to get mad. All that had to happen. And it happens to me. You know, you don't see it here on social media because let's face it, guys, this is the highlight reel, right? But I'm always going to be honest and vulnerable about things. And everything that happens to somebody who is successful, it's because they worked really hard. And it's because they lost and they failed more times than the people who are not successful, right? And that's what you always got to think about. You know, I always compared myself to people who had way more success than me and, you know, the people who had the weight loss that I wanted. And then I realized they worked harder than you, Helen. They woke up every day and they showed up every day. And then they failed and they didn't stop and they kept going. And so I want you to tell yourself, what story am I living right now? What current season am I in right now? What am I learning? And how am I going to grow from this, right? And that is the most important thing, guys. Life is not about like figuring it out and winning and then just riding the wave. It's like, no, it's winning and doing it again and then doing it again and then failing and stumbling and, you know, taking a vacation mentally, physically, and then going back at again and going again and going again and going again. It's just unlimitless, right? And so anyways, I'm just encouraging you guys, whatever you're looking for in your life, whatever it is that you want or you need, I'm telling you, it's okay to fall apart. It is okay to fail. It's okay to look like an idiot. It is not okay to give up. Okay, it is not okay to give. And go and learn something from somebody who has what you have and then implement it. Don't go learn 50 million things and do nothing with it, right? Like everyone always, I'm going to botch this whole thing, but it's like knowledge on ice versus like, you know, now I forget what the whole thing is. Ignorance on fire. There you go. Knowledge on ice is worse than ignorance on fire. I'm a totally good example of ignorance on fire. You know, I go and I learn as I go and I fail and I look like an idiot and that's okay, but that's how I grow. But don't get so stuck that you're in learning where you're not implementing, okay? So figure out what you need, find the few things you need to get it done, learn it, get really good at it, and keep moving and keep growing and fail at those things that you're learning, right? Fail at them, because guess what? One day you'll be able to teach somebody else. You know, you'll be able to go on live and talk to everybody about all your failures and all your successes. And then I'm still failing, guys. I'm still failing at things that I want to get done. And it's just okay for me, right? I'm doing really great in certain things in my life. And then there are certain things where I don't have a grip yet because I'm trying to learn how to get them done. And so please, 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 wherever you are, and if you feel like you're in that valley and you're not at that peak right now, you're there for a reason. Honor it, have some grace with yourself, and then pick yourself back up and say, what did I learn from it and what am I going to do about it? Right? I have a problem. What am I going to do about it? And then go out and do it today. All right, everybody, I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. I'm going to enjoy the sunshine, get some work done, and learn from my failures today. Bye, everybody.